Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. It's the Eradicator, and in this video we will go over the last episode of Star Citizen Live, which is an all-vehicle Q&A with some very interesting questions asked to the team, including John Crew. So let's dive into it and take a look at what the developers told us. Now, please know that this is a best of, and we will not be covering some of the most trivial questions. So we kick up here with our first question about landing gear, which are coupled with wings, and we can see that ships with Scorpius, for example, will deploy their wings and also their landing gears at the same time. So, for example, when you deploy the rings, the landing gear get retracted, and when you retract the wings, the landing gears are deployed. There is, of course, a key to do it without deploying or retracting the landing gear, but it's not something that is decoupled by default, and this is something the developers will work on in the future. We also had a question about landing UI, and John Crew confirmed that the old UI landing UI will eventually make a comeback in at least not exactly the way it was, but in a similar fashion how it existed back in Star Citizen 2.0. Next, we will talk about drones. Squadron 42 will have some side missions that will use them, and they will be made in the near future, actually. I mean, those for Squadron 42 on their side, right? So those Squadron 42 side missions. So that means that we could eventually see them in the persistent universe as soon as those drones are done for Squadron 42 eventually. Next, we had a question about ship modularity, and the reason why it's on pause right now is because the game changes too much during the development phase, and they want to have ship power management systems working first, and then ship modularity should become a thing. Jared also implied that we will learn more about ship power management at CitizenCon, so we'll have to wait a little bit to learn more about that. Next, we will talk about larger capital ships like the Polaris or the Idris and why they can't be added in the personal universe for players to fly. John Crew did confirm that the Idris and the Javelins are prioritized for Squadron 42, and that's why they want to make sure that these ships are finalized for Squadron 42 first before being added into the personal universe. John also added that power management is going to be very important for these ships because they want players to crew the ship, not just the turrets but also engineering systems as well. We were also informed that the Idris is not done. It may look like it is, but it's not done in the inside, especially when it comes to the internal systems. Let's talk about some of the older concept ships now and how to release them. How releasing them actually puts them is actually quite an issue here. For example, how to put them out of the door. The whole series or the Genesis, right? Vehicles. The vehicle team works on an 18 to 24 months time schedule, so it does take time to actually make a ship and put it out in the game. Also, some of these ships, like the Endeavor, are not planned because the implied gameplay has not been even started, or they didn't start working on the gameplay. So that's why they're not working on those ships, because the developers are busy with other ships that are compatible with gameplay that already exists. Let's talk about the Star Runner. Would there be another entry? John says that he doesn't know, but he would like to have another entry. He also added that there is enough room for that, but yeah, it's not something that they're going to be working on right now. We had some more information on ship names. John Crew said that they learned a lot about it. They have discovered some issues that they knew that would eventually happen. For example, some paint blocking the name, or people having funny names with 4 letters that starts with F and finish with K, right? So that's why they've stopped doing it until those issues are resolved. So the ships that have the names will keep their names, but for example, if you see that a ship has a serial number, it's possible to name it, but otherwise it will not be happening, and they'll be waiting until they have a proper solution for those issues. Now, the next questions are about the ships themselves. The Hull C, for example, is pretty close to being complete. The ship was worked on and changed all over again for the many years that has been worked on, and this is something that they don't want to do when they are working on ships. However, it was also said to be pretty close to be finished. The Ranger, the little motorcycle, is blocked by the 2-wheels tech, unfortunately, so they don't have the tech for 2 wheels right now. This tech is blocked by another tech that they are working on, which explains why the Ranger is stalling. The 600i is indeed being reworked, and apparently it looks sweet, so they say, and it seems like we'll have a reveal for the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. The Polaris will also be shown there at an upcoming event, probably the Expo as well. However, nobody is working on the production right now, so it's only going to be a concept, and it's likely that it will be reconcepted, unlike the 600i. The Apollo is one of the options that will come after the Corsair. So the Apollo is not being worked on right now because the team that is working on the Corsair is the team that will be working on the Apollo further down the line. So as soon as it is being worked on, it is something that we'll be able to see on the roadmap. Unfortunately, if you are a Perseus or a Nautilus owner, there is nothing to talk about, but we do have something to talk about regarding the Retaliator rework, and the interior has been redone to make sure that it is wide enough and that the AI could walk in and carry things. It has been paused right now, and the interior is about 90% done. However, the exterior is not. They are having issues right now with the docking colors. They are overall very happy also that they did not make it any bigger during the rework. The Corsair and the Merchantman will be shown either at CitizenCon or the Expo as well. And the Crucible, just like the Polaris, it will also have a reconcept as well with some changes. They just want to keep the crabs looks though. Also, Jared reminded us to have a look at the progress tracker to see what ships are being worked on, and he reminded us that if we don't see them, it means that they are simply not in active development. And that's it for the juicy questions in this episode of Insights of Star Citizen Live. It seems that we are going to have an interesting virtual CitizenCon with some good panels about future crew gameplay, which will really shape how Star Citizen is going to be played, and I cannot wait to cover this for you guys on the channel. As always, thank you for watching. Here comes the traditional giveaway question with some ship. Which ship concept are you anticipating the most? For me, I'm with Jared here. It's the Genesis Starliner. I just love passenger missions and in gameplay, and doing that in Star Citizen is my ultimate fantasy. But obviously, a lot of primary work is needed before it becomes a reality. Also, a big shout out to my Patreon supporters and Dr. Frobbing, Captain Snake, Geek Citizen, Eric Own, and the DJ Dunn. Have a great day, guys. It's been the Eradicator. I will see you guys later.